Hey everybody, this is Jeff, Swing Trade Warrior with WarriorTrading.com. Back with my nightly watch list build here. I will go over some current market analysis and then also take a look at some of the names that popped up on our scanner for tomorrow and what I'm going to be watching tomorrow. And I'll talk about some of the earnings names I'll be looking to trade as well. Okay, so right now this is the S&P, a chart of the SPY. Short term, we're trading between 208 and 211 resistance. This 208 to 211 area we've been inside of for a little over a week now, just kind of bouncing back and forth between support and resistance. We're trading sideways. The market is flat. We're not really trending at the moment. Longer term, we're in an uptrend, testing a very key area here at 211. We're just consolidating below that spot. I suspect as long as the 208 area holds, sometime in the next couple weeks, we get a test of this 211 again and a breakout to the upside where we'll test the next level at 213. If we break down under 208, we'll probably come down and test this 205 area. So these are the levels that are in play for the S&P right now. It's just sideways. There's not really a short-term direction, and so we'll see what happens when we start testing the 208 and the 211 areas. Right now we're dead in the middle. Some of the names that popped up on our scanner for tomorrow. CSTM, this is, I always pronounce this wrong, Constellium. They're a aluminum materials company, and they are on the scanner fairly often. I've seen this name a bunch of times. It always has the best looking setups, but to be honest with you, it's never triggered as far as I can remember. So it's never really given me an opportunity to trade it, but it has given me a lot of setups that I would think would be high probability. Today is no exception. We can see historically here that CSTM is capable of large moves, especially when relative volume spikes. We see these big moves. So we know that it has the potential. So looking here short term, we're testing the $6 area. Close enough. We're testing the $6 area right here. We have this move up. We're kind of just tapping it over and over and over again. Looking for what we need to see is the break over, the push over. So we closed just below resistance here. We closed at 592. We closed just under that $6 mark, and the long entry will be over 602 or 601. And we should have a pretty sharp move here back to $7. It's going to be our target. And let's see, we'll probably hit a little slowdown here along the way. Around $6.50. So target early on in the trade will be $6.50. The longer term will be $7. Remember, I'm going to look to take profits every 3 to 5% on the way up. So I'm scaling out through these areas. These are just price action targets. It doesn't mean that's where I'm going to be selling, but I'm long over 601. And I'll be selling on the way to $6.50 and $7. We'll put a stop in here at the low of these little this little consolidation area. Where you can see there's a nice little support at the 50 moving average, this white line. It's also the bottom for the last 3 days, right here at this 555 area. So I don't think we'll ever test that, but that's where we'll start it off as. We'll start our support off at, and I think if we get over $6 early on, if the market is strong, then we'll see a nice breakout on this. If not, and futures are down because the fact that Apple had released their earnings, and China is, I think, a mixed open, or whatever. The Asian markets are in mixed open right now. We may see a red day tomorrow, decline in the market, but we'll see. Markets tend to shrug that off. Just never know what's going to happen, and so we'll have our ideas for long bias trades and short bias. Right now, this is the long trade that I'll be watching out of the open over $6. Another one I want to look at here. A cheap one that I really like to set up on is RTK. Rentec here is trending. It's trading in a giant bull flag here. Broke out from the April 1st. Broke out, tested $4. It's been tapping that $4 mark, consolidating under that area for quite a while. So we definitely want to be long somewhere for a breakout over $4. But we have a better opportunity to catch an entry over the 390 area. It's also high from back roughly on April 12th. So we're going to look to take a starter on this over 389, 390. We'll definitely add over $5 here, okay? Or excuse me, over $4. We're looking for a breakout here. As volume starts coming in, we're looking for this kind of price action followed by this kind of volume. Whether or not we get that, I don't know, but we can see that today, as we're coming up here testing that breakout spot, we did get a nice relative volume spike. So our first target on this trade, we'll probably see a quick slowdown here, a settling at 415 or so. If we clear 415, maybe the first day or the second day of this trade, it's pretty obvious we have some decent room here all the way back to the 515 area. But more realistically, I think we'll probably find some peace and quiet here at the 200 moving average, this yellow line, 495. So ultimately that'll be the target here, even though we don't have support on the chart or resistance on the chart till 520. Somewhere between 490 and 520. But either way, that's over a point on a $3 stock, $4 stock, so that'd be sweet, and we'll deal with that when we get there. Like I said on this one, long over 390. Our stop is, ATR is only 30 cents on this, so we'll put our stop at 360. And we'll look to add over $4, confirmation of the breakout once we get over here. If we can get a move through 415, like I said, I think it's back up toward $5 here pretty quick. So RTK is definitely going to be on watch for this nice move into this light resistance zone. Once again, for the second time in as many weeks here, TSE is going to be on short watch for a reversal. What I like about this trade, what I've liked about it all along, is the extreme overbought conditions. You can see this thing has tried to come in multiple times here, and it has continued to fail, and it just keeps making new all-time highs. Very strong parabolic pattern here. It is in extreme overbought conditions. I believe the RSI is approaching 90 to the upside on the daily chart, and as you can see here, this move from 22 bucks to 44 is now officially about 105% here in just the last couple months. This is a ridiculous move. Stocks can be irrational, so we get out of their way and let them do their thing, but I think that in a weak market, if we get one, there will be an opportunity to short this. You see a nice little doji gap up and a doji. Today it couldn't hold the highs. Every day it's been moving up, making new highs. It's having trouble holding those levels, and I think that under this low here today, which is also going to be a resistance spot for the past couple days here, you can see it kind of made a high right there at that 43.70 mark. I think that's going to be the short entry on this. So looking for a short on this with a weak market under 43.70. Okay, our first target on this is going to be 41.60 area. That's support from the day, the last day it tried to sell off, which was Friday. Yesterday, excuse me. And now we're looking for a move here under 41.60. We'll get back down to the $40 area or so. That was the original target the last time this was on watch. So we'll see what happens after we tap 41.60. But either way, we're going to be looking for short starter 43.70. First target 41.60. We'll put a stop here at the highs at 44. I think it's 44.50 something. Can't even see it. It's off the chart. 44.53 is the all-time high there, so that's where we'll put our stop. So this is not a bad risk-reward setup here, but this is one of those that if it's not ready to come in, you have to get out of its way. It's capable of very powerful moves. So that'll be the short watch for tomorrow. Reversal trade on TSE. It'll go nicely with our trade on RTK and CSTM. Additionally, looking for earnings on, what did I do with that list here? Earnings plays on Facebook and FSLR tomorrow. They both report after hours, so we'll take a look at Facebook. As with all earnings, for the most part, we'll be looking at doing iron condors, collecting your credit for the trade, and looking to sell that volatility. Unless there's a unique opportunity for a unusually large move, I definitely will consider iron condors. Otherwise, we'll look at doing some straddle strangles or even reverse iron condors for a debit. I will keep an eye on price action tomorrow. I don't want to put the condor on too early because I don't know what price action is going to do tomorrow. So I want to wait and try and get it as close to the underlying asset price as I can. So probably look a few hours into the day to start putting on trade for Facebook, and then FSLR. I'm going to watch options liquidity. Going to keep an eye on implied volatility as well. So As always, if you guys have any questions about those, you can email me, jeff@warriortrading.com. We did one today on Apple, and Apple had a massive loss. For them, they're down 9 points after hours right now, so we're looking for a little recovery there. Break even on that was 98.25, so if we can get to 98.25 by Friday, we'll be in good shape. And then also eBay. We did an iron condor on eBay, and that's trading, I think, 24.75 after hours, which would probably be pretty close to 100% win. So we use eBay to pay for Apple, and then we'll focus on the new trades with FSLR and Facebook. If you guys check out warriortrading.com/options, you can see a little cheat sheet or FAQ guide that I made for those who are interested in how these orders are set up, what they look like in your broker. I have picture examples from one of my brokers, Options House, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback about that. So there's a lot of helpful information there. If you guys have, like I said, any questions, shoot me an email, jeff@warriortrading.com. Other than that, we'll be back tomorrow night with our next swing trade watch list. Thursday looks like the bulk of the earnings are coming out. That's the heaviest day this week for earnings, pre-market and post-market. It's going to be an absolute zoo. So stay tuned, and everybody remember to manage your risk during this volatile time period. Have a good night.